Welcome to Breath Journey, a return to the inner world, where your breath becomes the bridge between body and mind. In this guided practice, we will explore how to use breath to manage chronic pain, to understand it, to accept it, and to transform it using the quiet strength that already lives within you. There's no need to fight your body, no need to push pain away. Just be here and breathe with it. Find a quiet space where you can let go. Close your eyes and listen to the gentle rhythm of your breath, the purest sound of life moving through you. This journey unfolds in 4 parts: understanding pain and how the brain creates it, discovering breath as a bridge between body and mind, practicing mindful breathing through pain, integrating breath into daily life, where peace becomes a natural rhythm. Now, take a slow, deep inhale and exhale softly. The journey begins. Pain. It can arrive softly, linger endlessly, or strike like a storm. Sometimes it's dull, sometimes sharp, and often it feels like an uninvited guest who refuses to leave. Many people think pain lives in the injured spot, a joint, a wound, a muscle. But the truth, both fascinating and challenging, is that pain is created in the brain. Imagine your nervous system as a vast electrical network. When a part of your body is hurt, tiny nerve fibers send signals up through the spinal cord to your brain. There, your brain interprets those signals and assigns them meaning. Pain. But here's the incredible part. Your brain can turn the volume of that pain up or down, depending on your emotional and mental state. If you're anxious, afraid, or exhausted, the brain amplifies the pain, like turning up the dial on a radio. But when you're calm, relaxed, and connected to your breath, the brain lowers the volume, not because the injury is gone, but because it decides it doesn't need to sound the alarm so loudly anymore. This is the essence of the gate control theory, one of the key discoveries in modern pain science. Picture tiny gates in your spinal cord. When pain signals try to pass through, these gates can either open or close, depending on your internal state. When you're stressed, tense, or focused on the pain, the gates swing wide open, allowing a flood of pain signals to rush to your brain. But when you relax, breathe deeply, or shift your attention elsewhere, the gates begin to close. The flow of pain lessens, and your perception of it changes. In other words, pain isn't just a physical event. It's an interaction between body and mind. That's why breath, this simple, rhythmic movement of air, holds such profound power to ease chronic pain. When you inhale deeply, you're sending a message to your nervous system. It's safe now. You can relax. Your heart rate slows, muscles loosen, and your body shifts from fight or flight into rest and repair. In this state, your body releases endorphins, your natural painkillers, the molecules of happiness that soften the edges of pain and fill you with quiet calm. And something remarkable happens. The pain might still be there, but it no longer owns you. You start to notice that there's a part of you that can observe the pain without being consumed by it. That observer, that still awareness, is the real you. As your breath slows, its rhythm becomes a lullaby for the nervous system. Each breath is a wave passing through the body, carrying the message, "I'm here, I'm okay." Instead of tightening against the pain, you begin to open. The pain may still pulse, but it loses its sharpness. It becomes just a sensation, one among many happening right now. Scientific studies on meditation and breath work show that people who practice regularly have less activity in the pain-related regions of the brain, like the insula and somatosensory cortex, while having greater activation in areas linked to awareness and emotional regulation, like the prefrontal cortex. In other words, they don't lose the ability to feel pain. They lose the tendency to suffer from it. They no longer let pain define them. When you truly understand this, something shifts. Pain is not the enemy. It's a signal, a voice from your body asking to be heard. When you stop, inhale deeply, and exhale slowly, you're telling your body, "I hear you." You don't have to scream anymore. And sometimes, just that is enough for the pain to soften. This isn't about denying reality. It's about transforming your relationship with it. You stop fighting what is, and you learn to be with it, gently, curiously, compassionately. In that moment, you realize, no matter how long it's been, pain can never be stronger than your breath. Breath is the original rhythm of life, the constant flow that has carried you from the beginning, always available, always steady. So the next time pain rises, try not to run. Pause. Place your hand where it hurts and take a slow, deep breath in, then a long, soft breath out. Imagine each breath as a cool wave washing over that spot, soothing, loosening, calming. And if you can, smile, not because the pain is gone, but because you've remembered that you have the power to choose how you meet it. That's the gift of breath, a simple act, yet one that can completely transform the way you experience your body, your pain, and your life. The breath, something so ordinary, so constant, is in truth the delicate yet unbreakable bridge between body and mind. It is the natural thread where the physical world of the body meets the invisible realm of consciousness. Every inhale and every exhale is a silent dialogue between the part of you that thinks and the part of you that simply is. When we're in pain, our first instinct is usually to contract, both physically and mentally. Muscles tighten, breathing becomes shallow, and the mind spirals into fear, anxiety, and resistance. In that moment, the sympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for the fight-or-flight response, takes full control. The heart races, blood vessels constrict, and stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline surge. The body enters a state of alarm, as if danger were imminent. Yet paradoxically, it's this very resistance that intensifies the pain. When we fight against pain, we deny the body the space it needs to heal. Energy is consumed in tension and struggle. The breath grows jagged and broken, and the mind loses its ground. But when you pause, just for a moment, place a hand on your chest or belly, and notice your breath, something profound begins to shift. The breath is the key that unlocks the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and repair mode. When you breathe slowly, deeply, and evenly, your body receives a signal of safety. The heart slows, the muscles soften, and your entire inner landscape begins to rebalance. In that gentle state, the body releases serotonin and endorphins, the natural hormones of calm and comfort. They soothe the pain, wrap you in warmth, and remind you that peace is still possible. In this way, breath becomes the most natural and accessible medicine you've ever had. Always available, always within reach. As you attend to the breath, you're also practicing presence, returning to the here and now. In that space, you are no longer haunted by the memory of old pain or the fear that it will last forever. You are simply here, in this moment, in the rhythm of your breath, witnessing sensations as they rise and fall. Imagine your body as an ocean, and your breath as the tide. Each inhale is a wave that brings renewal, nourishing every cell. Each exhale is the receding tide that carries away tension, exhaustion, and pain. With every cycle, your breath becomes a ritual of cleansing and rebirth, soft, yet powerful. People often ask, what if I breathe and the pain doesn't go away? The answer is, that's perfectly okay. The purpose of conscious breathing is not to erase pain, but to transform your relationship with it. You are no longer the victim of pain. You become the observer, calm, compassionate, aware. Picture yourself sitting in a room with your pain. In the past, you may have fought, shouted, resisted. But today, you take a deep breath and softly say, I know you're here. I won't push you away, but I also won't let you control me. In that instant, the energy shifts. The battle ends. Understanding replaces resistance. And within that understanding, pain begins to dissolve, like mist under morning light. Modern science increasingly confirms what ancient traditions have known. Mindful breathing and meditation can literally change the way the brain processes pain. When you breathe deeply and maintain awareness, the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for awareness and emotional regulation, becomes more active, while the insula and somatosensory cortex, which generate the raw sensation of pain, calm down. The result? You still feel pain, but you no longer suffer because of it. You see it clearly, yet it no longer defines you. Some researchers call this neuroplastic healing, the nervous system's ability to rewire itself. Every mindful breath teaches the brain a new response. There is no danger. We are safe. Gradually, the neural pathways of fear and tension fade, while new pathways of calm and resilience grow stronger. And soon, the change becomes visible, not just in your body, but in your spirit. You stop asking, "Why does it hurt?" or "When will it stop?" Instead, you whisper, "I can breathe with it." In each breath, you discover a pocket of spaciousness, a quiet refuge within the storm. Sometimes, just a few minutes of conscious breathing are enough for your body to remember what safety feels like. From there, the natural healing process begins, not through effort or willpower, but through allowing. If you pay close attention, you'll notice something beautiful. Your breath never lies. It doesn't judge or force. When you're tired, it slows down. When you're scared, it quickens. But when you breathe with awareness, your breath becomes a guide leading you home to peace. It gently reminds you, no matter how much it hurts, you are still here. You can still breathe. When you truly grasp this, you see that breath isn't just a biological function. It's the language of life itself. Every breath is a reminder that you're alive, feeling, healing. In a world where everything is uncertain, your breath is the one faithful companion that has stayed with you since your very first moment, and will stay until your last. So, the next time pain rises, remember, you are not powerless. You have a quiet ally, your own breath. Let it become the soft background music of your being, the lullaby that soothes your pain, the bridge that unites your body and mind, guiding you gently back to your natural state, peace. When you've come to understand the mechanism of pain and the quiet power of breath, the next step on this journey is practice, bringing that awareness into the living experience of your body. Because breath is not just an idea, it's a rhythm, a living pulse that connects you to the present moment. And in the practice of breathing through pain, the magic doesn't come from erasing the sensation. It comes from learning how to be with it, without fear, without resistance, simply with presence. Find a quiet place where you can sit or lie down comfortably. It doesn't have to be perfect, just a space where you feel safe. If the pain is present somewhere in your body, your back, your knees, your shoulders, or even as an invisible ache within your heart, allow it to be there. Don't try to eliminate it. Don't label it as the enemy. Imagine it as a visitor knocking gently on your door, carrying a message you haven't yet heard. Now, take a slow breath in through your nose. Feel the cool air flowing in, moving through your chest and down to your belly. Don't rush. Let the breath flow like a stream, slow and natural. Hold it softly for a moment, and in that stillness, look at the pain. Not with hatred, but with curiosity and compassion. Then, exhale slowly through your mouth, as if you're releasing every bit of tension and pressure you've been holding inside. Repeat this cycle. With every inhale, imagine bringing light and oxygen to the area that hurts. With every exhale, see yourself releasing old, heavy energy, allowing the body to cleanse itself. If the pain shifts, becomes softer, or moves, don't worry. That's a sign that your body is responding to your gentle attention. Sometimes, as you breathe, the mind will wander, drifting into memories of past pain or fears that it will never end. When that happens, don't scold yourself. Simply guide your awareness back to the breath. Inhale. Exhale. You don't need to control anything. The breath knows the way home. You can use the 4-2-6 rhythm. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. When the exhale is longer than the inhale, your parasympathetic nervous system activates more deeply, creating a profound sense of calm and safety. In the first few minutes, your body might resist, your brain still in its alert mode. But if you continue, your system begins to understand the signal. It's okay. I'm safe. And when the feeling of safety arrives, pain begins to melt. You may feel warmth spreading through the painful area, or a soft tingling. That's the moment when blood begins to circulate more freely. Oxygen nourishes your tissues, and your brain releases natural painkillers. Each breath becomes a wave of healing, quiet and unseen, yet deeply transformative. If the pain intensifies during the practice, don't be afraid. Imagine you're in the middle of a wave. You can't stop the ocean, but you can learn to float. With every exhale, let yourself be carried by the wave, not against it. When you stop fighting, the wave softens on its own. And there you are, still floating, still whole, in the vast ocean of sensation. You can also practice breathing with sound. As you exhale, make a gentle ha through your mouth, or a low om sound from the throat. The vibration opens the chest and releases trapped energy, anchoring your awareness back into the body. The sound doesn't have to be beautiful. It only needs to be honest. It's the sound of release. Throughout this practice, notice that you are not trying to fix yourself. You are simply being with yourself, patiently, tenderly, respectfully. The pain may stay or it may fade, but what matters most is that you no longer fear it. And when fear dissolves, a new space opens, a space of stillness, acceptance, and trust. If you repeat this practice daily, even for just 10 minutes, your nervous system begins to reprogram itself. It learns to respond to pain with calm instead of panic. The old neural pathways, the ones tied to fear and memory of suffering, start to weaken. In their place, new connections form, where breath and awareness merge into serenity. You can use this technique anytime, when the pain flares up, when exhaustion hits, or simply when you need to return to yourself. You don't need a special room or ritual, only one intentional breath. While others reach for painkillers, you reach for something deeper, the healing force already alive within you. And one day, you may realize something profound. Pain is no longer your enemy. It has become your teacher. It teaches you how to listen, how to let go, and how to be fully present. Each time it visits, instead of saying, "Why me?" you may softly smile and whisper, "All right, I'm listening." And in that moment, with one conscious breath, you've turned pain into a doorway to peace. As you finish your practice, take a few seconds to thank your body for its endurance, for its quiet effort to protect you. Thank your breath for never abandoning you, not even for a single moment. And thank yourself for your courage to return, to stay, to breathe. The pain might still linger, but within you now is a wider space, a place where the breath flows freely, where acceptance and love coexist. Here, you are no longer trapped inside the body, but become the witness, wise, gentle, awake, knowing that everything can transform, beginning with a single breath. Now that you've traveled through awareness, understanding, and practice, we arrive at the final step, integration. This is where breath moves beyond technique and becomes part of how you live, how you see yourself, how you meet each moment. Take a moment now, wherever you are, to notice the simple act of breathing. No effort, no control, just awareness. The breath enters and leaves. It has been doing this all your life, through joy and pain, through silence and noise. It has never judged you, never demanded perfection. It has simply stayed. This is the essence of healing, not to chase a pain-free life, but to discover peace within the life you already have. Pain may still visit, but suffering, the resistance, the fear, the tightening, no longer has to. When you rest in breath, you find a space beyond pain, a quiet center untouched by its edges. In this space, something subtle happens. You begin to see that pain was never a punishment. It was a message, an invitation to return home to your body, to listen. It asked for your attention, and through that listening, it transforms. The more you breathe with awareness, the clearer you feel that the body and mind are not separate at all. They are two currents of the same river, flowing toward harmony. You might notice that not only the pain, but your entire relationship with life starts to soften. The breath teaches patience. It teaches surrender. It teaches you that everything, sensations, thoughts, emotions, rises and falls, just like the tide. Nothing is permanent, not even pain. When you inhale, you open to life. When you exhale, you release what you no longer need. And in between, in that quiet pause, you rest in pure being. If you carry this awareness into your daily life, even the simplest acts, walking, washing dishes, sitting in traffic, become opportunities to practice. The breath reminds you, you can be calm even in chaos, spacious even in discomfort. Every conscious breath is a way of saying, I'm here, I choose peace. You may also begin to notice how others around you breathe. Someone rushing, holding tension in the chest. Another sighing deeply after a long day. You start to see that we are all breathing through something. Pain, fear, hope, love. And from that realization comes compassion. The same compassion you've offered yourself through breath now flows outward, gently, naturally. In moments when pain returns, physical or emotional, remember, you've been here before. You know the path. Close your eyes, place a hand where it hurts, and breathe. Let the breath guide you back to safety, back to the quiet witness inside that no pain can touch. Healing is not a straight line. It's a dance between effort and ease, between courage and surrender. Some days, the pain may still whisper loudly. But even then, you know something that you didn't know before. You are not your pain. You are the awareness that holds it, the ocean vast enough to contain any wave. As you sit here, breathing softly, let gratitude rise. Gratitude for the body that carries you, even when it hurts. Gratitude for the breath that never leaves you. Gratitude for the courage it takes to meet yourself honestly. Feel that gratitude spreading like warmth through your chest, filling every corner of your being. Let it remind you that life itself is breath, a continuous rhythm of giving and receiving. And within that rhythm, there is room for everything: joy and sorrow, tension and release, beginning and ending. All of it belongs. So when this practice ends, don't think of it as leaving meditation. Think of it as continuing the journey, carrying your breath with you into each conversation, each step, each moment of stillness. Because in truth, breath journey is not something you listen to, it's something you live. Every breath is a reminder. You are here, you are whole, and even within pain, peace is always possible. Take one last slow, full inhale, and exhale gently, releasing everything. Whisper quietly to yourself, I am breathing, I am healing, I am home. You've just completed the Breath Journey, Pain Control series. Thank you for taking this time to return to yourself, to listen, to breathe, and to allow healing to happen from within. Remember, pain does not define you. You are not the pain. You are the awareness that witnesses it. And as long as you can breathe, peace remains possible, even in your hardest moments. Carry this breath with you, into your busy hours, your quiet evenings, your uncertain days. Each time you return to your breath, you come home again. Inhale, peace arrives. Exhale, tension dissolves. You are breathing. You are healing. You are alive. Thank you for journeying with Breath Journey. If this practice brought you comfort or calm, share it, so that the breath may continue to ripple outward, and more hearts may remember that within each breath, they are already enough.